Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now celebrating 17 years of broadcasting success, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, both for our radio audience and those tuning in online worldwide. Thanks to our friends at iHeartRadio. We're glad you all could be with us as well. Well, the month of October is right upon us, and there's a lot of things that are being recognized in the month of October. One of those, though, is very important, and that is distracted driving awareness. We're going to be talking to someone today who's going to be doing a special event right before that begins on Wednesday, September the 30th. I'm talking about Brett Solomano. Brett is a stunt driver. We're going to talk to him not only about what it's been like for him to do work that he loves, but also to use his platform to raise awareness. He's also going for a Guinness World Record on Wednesday, September the 30th. We'll tell you all about that and how you can stay connected with him. But, Brett, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Cyrus. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So, look, we're glad to speak with you. And I mentioned to you before we went on here, and I'll let our radio audience here know as well, Brett will be back with us later on this week. But before we get into what you're doing on Wednesday, Brett, I want to talk about this experience for you. I mean, what has it been like for you to be able to decide what you want to do in the entertainment industry and to be able to have success in it?
It's a beautiful thing. I wish everyone could pursue their careers and live their careers as fully as they can, because there's so many jobs out there for people, and I've obviously chosen my career as a stunt driver and as a stuntman in the film industry here in Atlanta. And you probably tell by my accent, I come from a little bit further south than the south. I come from Australia, and a little country town in Australia called Mulwala, New South Wales. And growing up there, it was a very small country town of a couple of thousand people. And for me, one of my forms of entertainment was watching movies. And, it kind of just grew from there. I would watch all the behind-the-scenes featurettes and started to learn, before I even knew what I was doing, about how films worked. Then I moved to Melbourne in Australia and got into the film industry there a little bit. And then was able to follow my dreams and move out here. And since then, I've been able to be in TV shows such as The Walking Dead, Stranger Things, NCIS Los Angeles, and also the upcoming feature film A Quiet Place 2 as well. So it's a beautiful thing when you can, enjoy what you do and get paid for it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I should mention, Brett, outside of being a Hollywood stunt driver, you also are a motivational speaker as well. I thought that was an interesting connection as we're going to be going into what's going to be happening on Wednesday, but also in what it's kicking off with Distracted Driving Awareness Month. Have you always known that you wanted to inspire people, to show people what's possible, not only but what you said, but also what you did?
I think so, yeah. For me, again, growing up in a small country town, perhaps I didn't have many mentors or leaders that I really admired and looked up to, and so I often looked to media for that sort of inspiration. And I think, for better or worse, action heroes became my inspiration. And that led me to sort of, later on down in my early adult life, getting into personal development myself, and then from there, people, just through conversations people would have with me, they would ask me questions like, don't you get scared when you're about to do a stunt, things like that, or what's it like to do a stunt? And they were always fascinated by, people pushing the edge and perhaps the emotional awareness that we have as stunt performers to be able to do the stunts that we do. And so I've pursued a career in being a motivational speaker as well, because I think we can all learn from each other the different things that we have, and I love to be able to share a positive message of safety on the road or whatever it might be, and also helping people overcome fear as well and understand their emotions, because I think emotions are not something that's taught or thought to be understood in schools, and I really want to make sure that people can understand their emotions in life.
Right. I think that is a great correlation then, Brett, to what's coming up on Wednesday. And again, for our audience that's joining us either for the radio side or those joining us online through iHeartRadio, and as I mentioned, on Wednesday, September the 30th, Brett Solomano is going to be going for a Guinness World Record. He's going to be actually driving a tractor trailer in reverse for 50 miles nonstop to raise awareness about the dangers of distracted driving. So of all the things you could do, Brett, how did you decide on this particular thing to do to raise awareness?
So I think, again, coming back to doing what you love, I remember learning to drive from a very young age in the country, sitting on my father's lap, and there was just a love of driving that I have from such a young age with that. And now in early adulthood, I got into driving anything that I could, double-decker buses, tractor trailers. I became a driving instructor as well, a truck driving instructor with Catlaw Truck Driving School. And I just love to be around vehicles. And I think when you are able to do what you love, it's just very easy to do it, you know. And so I just would practice reversing and I'd practice driving. And in some regards, you start something and you don't stop. And hopefully that's what happens on Wednesday. I'm just able to start reversing and not stop. And, distracted driving is something that it's very interesting to me because technology is here to stay.
Right.
There's no doubt about that. It's, technology has been around for the last 20 years in our hands every single day. And it's kind of scary, though, because it's almost too much in our faces. And speaking specifically to distracted driving, if your listeners are ever out on the road in the next day or so, just look around and try and make eye contact with drivers. You may not be aware, just how many people are on their phones while driving. That is kind of scary. If you see these people, they're looking down at the traffic lights, or they've got their phone in their hand while driving. They've taken their eyes off the road. These people are not looking out for their own safety on the road, let alone yours. And that's why you need to be focused on the road around you and not have your hands on your phone to stay focused as much as possible in this day and age.
And so I'm so glad you said that, Brett, because not only are you doing this, but you're encouraging us to do something as well. I want to talk about that, but I want to first say for those who are just tuning in, either on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. We're excited to welcome Brett Solomano to our program today. Brett is a Hollywood stunt driver who's been able to do what he loves. He was sharing with us, been a part of some amazing projects for television, but on Wednesday, September the 30th, he's attempting something very special. He's attempting a Guinness World Record, and that's going to be driving a tractor trailer in reverse for 50 miles nonstop to raise awareness about the dangers of distracted driving. And even though Brett is doing that to help kick off Distracted Driving Awareness Month, you're encouraging us, Brett, to be able to do our part by taking a very special pledge. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, certainly. So we've partnered with the National Safety Council to raise awareness for their campaigns that they're putting together to improve technology and legislation to help drivers keep off their phones while driving. And they're putting out a campaign called Take the Pledge. If you go to National Safety Council's website, nsc.org, they've got a pledge there, and the Zebra, which is an insurance comparison website, is going to donate $1 for every person who takes that pledge online to the National Safety Council to keep this campaign going.
And what a great thing, and what a great way for us to be able to show our support as well. So I definitely want to encourage our audience to be able to do that because it is something that all of us can be able to do. And again, nsc.org is where you guys can be able to go there. And for those joining us via iHeartRadio on the podcast, we'll be linking it up for you guys to go directly there to information they have on their website about Distracted Driving Awareness Month and the importance, of course, of being able to do our part to keep people on the road safe. So, I mean, the big day is coming up Wednesday. How does it feel to have it right here upon you, Brett? I know this is something you've been working toward. How does it feel to have the day almost here?
It's been coming up for a long time. I've sort of been planning it for a couple of years, and then right before coronavirus hit, we made the decision to do it in October. And then obviously things have changed with coronavirus, but we've still kept to date, and here we are 2 days before now. And it is kind of scary, but in a really good way, kind of like that feeling that we have as stuntmen when we go for a stunt. It's you plan so much and you prepare so much, and I know it's going to all come together. We've got a great team of people who are going to be down there at Turner Field Gold Lot on September 30th in the morning to help out and oversee. We've also got a lady called JC Good coming down. She's a victim of distracted driving. She lost her mother and her father on the same day in a crash that she was involved in. And it's stories like hers that I really want to share because when you drive, you often get complacent because you make it home every day and everything's good. And I know over the times my behavior has dropped. My skills have dropped. I've become too comfortable and complacent behind the wheel. And I really want to share stories like JC's and just encourage people as much as I can to stay off their phones while driving so that they don't become a statistic and they don't have a story of their own while being involved in a negative experience like a car accident of some kind.
And I think that's it. And two, I think the other thing is, Brett, we don't think about what could happen, right? I mean, I think, the thing is that we think, I can handle whatever comes our way. But, as I was prepping for this segment, literally, hundreds of thousands of accidents, right, are happening. And definitely, I'm sure those people did not expect for that to happen. But, it definitely is something that happens. What do you hope people, as you are preparing for not only, this event, but also going into Distracted Driving Awareness Month, Brett, what do you hope they realize about the importance of personal responsibility when they're on the road?
It's very important to remember that an accident can be just moments away, and as you say, Cyrus, nobody ever plans for an accident to happen. And I say to my students that I teach, you don't know you're about to have an accident until the moment before it happens, and by then it's too late. And sometimes you don't even know until minutes after the accident and you're sitting on the side of the road waiting for the police to arrive, and that's the same with everyone. Nobody goes out intending to have an accident. Sometimes it's your fault and sometimes it's not. And I've been involved in accidents, unfortunately, in the past, and they always suck. They're not fun. Even if you just have a little fender bender where you scrape some paint, it still sucks. It's still embarrassing. And I just want to encourage people to stay off their phones and really consider how they drive. And if you'd like to take the pledge, we'd really like that. The National Safety Council would love that. And also jump onto social media and say that you're taking the pledge as well, and tag a few friends to take the pledge and keep this going.
What a great thing. And that's something that all of us can be able to do. Again, everyone, Brett Solomano has been our guest. We've been talking to Brett not only about what it's been like for him to do what he loves as a stunt driver, but now to be able to use his platform to raise awareness, not only about the importance of driving safety, but also, of course, as he's attempting to break a Guinness World Record on Wednesday, September the 30th, encouraging all of us to be able to be safer drivers. Again, make sure you guys are gearing up for October, as I mentioned. It's recognized, among other things, as Distracted Driving Awareness Month. And make sure you guys head over, as you heard Brett say, to nsc.org to be able to take the pledge and even make a donation if you can to be able to support the work that they're doing when it comes to distracting free driving. So, Brett, definitely we're excited about this event for you. Congratulations on all the hard work coming up to this moment. You're going to be actually coming back, something we don't typically have on this program, but you're going to be coming back after the event to be able to tell us about all the great things, even sharing some photos with us. How can our audience, though, stay connected with you online, Brett?
Thanks, Cyrus. Yeah, it's very easy to do that. You can go to longesttruckreverse.com. That's the website that I have for the event, and you can find all the links to how to take the pledge or to donate to the National Safety Council. You can also search me, Brett Solomano, on Facebook, or the World's Longest Truck Reverse event on the Facebook event page as well, and to find the Facebook event page as well. And that's the cool thing about social media and technology. We have information at our fingertips, and let's use it for the right thing.
Well, I think that is it. So definitely make sure you guys are staying connected with Brett. We'll be linking up his information for you guys as well. Brett, congratulations to you again, and thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Cyrus. I really appreciate it.
Oh, glad to do it. And we thank you, our audience, for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Let's make today amazing. Take care.